Hello, it's me, she. Um, I, our resident psychology major is MIA, so today I am our resident psychology major. Yes, me who has never taken a psych class in my life. I think no, I took one psych class. One. I think it was just 101 and it was required and I don't remember anything. Yeah, nowhere near psych. All I have to go off of on is like YouTube videos. But Gen Ed should have required. Yes. I did take the required one. I just don't remember. But anyway, to take a fuck. Oh god. Take a sip of water. I don't know what is in my throat, but if I sound awful, just so you know, that's how I normally sound. Okay. um all right. So, Miko isn't here, so I'm gonna go over all my general overview stuff that I've written down. And without Miko here, that means no one is here to argue against me or go against me. So, everything I say in this stream, you can take for fact. Asterisk, do not. This was a joke. Okay. I forgot this. Yay! Alright. So, oh right, also, cool thing, today is our 10th episode, which is uh like a milestone, kind of. I don't have anything special for what can I do? I can do this.
God!
Welcome to She's Turn to Yap. Welcome to our 10th special. It's just me, our yapping stream. Male crowd joy.
Yahoo!
There we go. Yes. So yeah, it's our 10th episode. Isn't that right? That's right. All right. Perfect. Yep. Okay. Okay. And then to alleviate our extremely awkward silent background, I have I've included our like the background music I typically use just very faintly. You can probably barely hear it, so it's still kind of a silence, but at least like it won't be silent. So, all right, it's yapping time, boys and gals and NB pals. Okay. Um. Oh wait. Of course, Miko shares the results after I after I already made the comparison. Okay, I'll do this later. I'll yap first. So, personality tests. What are they? What is a personality test? Well, and this definition's from Wikipedia, so you know it's accurate. Personality, I spelled personality test wrong. I spelled it personality test, is a method of assessing human personality constructs. Most are introspective, self-report questionnaires with the purpose being to assign a type to the person taking the test, though not necessarily. The type, and then and this is like a more of like the fun personality tests that you take online, which have types, right? And then the type can be anything relating to how you work on tasks, or how you behave with other people, to things like if you're top or bottom in a bunk bed, or what your omega scent would be like. I'm great at writing these things. All right. So I kind of split my yapping into two categories. Um, and we can talk about more specific things too, since they can kind of fit within these two categories, but basically it's why are personality tests popular and overall downsides of personality tests. So you can kind of see it as like a pros and cons list, all right? So we'll talk about why are personality tests popular? Why do people take them, and why do people use them, right? And so, well, people use them as a way of determining what a person is like, whether it's for like professional stuff or if you're just with friends. It's just like an easy way to immediately kind of understand a person, right? But more specifically, why are they popular? Why do people like taking them so much? Why are there so many U quizzes on what your Genshin vision is and etc.? So, uh, I broke it down a little bit. So, our first factor is identity. So, being able to put into words what you're feeling or how you behave is hard to do. Taking a test is like breaking it down into a series of questions to answer and determine what it is. Right? It's a way for us to look at ourselves more objectively instead of being burdened by our own bias. Since we're only answering questions and not assigning ourselves to a result, it's a way for us to see how like the world would look at us. And also, hi, someone has joined.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I never. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm just giving like an overview on what personality tests are all about. Kind of missed my general stuff, but I'm kind of right now I'm breaking things into basically like a pros and cons situation, and we're talking about pros right now, and that's the first one. We haven't talked about cons yet.
Pros and cons of personality tests?
Well, I'm talking about pros right now. Hello?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. It's okay. You can just sit and listen to me yap, as Nick has put it. Alright, so right now I'm talking about why personality tests are popular, right? And our first factor is being, well, it's an easy way to put into words like how you behave, right? It's just an easy way for you to kind of see on paper what you're like because it's hard to do it yourself, right? Taking a test, you're breaking it down into a bunch of questions to determine what your personality is, right? So it's a better way for you to objectively understand yourself. Instead of like you being like, because if you were to do it yourself and you're like, yeah, I think I'm more of like an introvert than an extrovert or blah 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 blah, I don't know. But like the test gives you like questions that'll say like, oh well, do you like socializing versus being by yourself, etc. whatever, right? So very, very simple example, but right. So why else other than identity? Why else is our personality test popular? Well, another factor is connection. So telling people things like, "Oh, I'm an INFP" or "Oh, I'm an extrovert" can easily let people feel more familiar with who you are. Even though it's not a completely accurate assessment of your person, it gives strangers like a bare bones structure of your personality. It also lets you kind of, especially the ones where they give you like a type, right? Like Myers-Briggs or, I don't know, your Seme-Uke result analysis. Like it gives you sort of a category you can relate yourself to, right? And you can kind of find people who are also of that type or category and be like, oh wow, you guys, we're like just like me for real, sort of connection. other than that, some personality tests can also give you an ego boost. So things like the MBTI test will list lots of positive traits in relation to the personality that you get. So they will also list, oh, and they will also list like the percentage of people that have that personality type. So people will think like, oh, wow, I'm such an amazing person, or like, or oh, wow, I'm so special. Only whatever percent of people in the world have my personality type. Ooh, I'm so cool. So it's like kind of like an ego boost, but it depends on the test that you're taking because sometimes you take an alpha omega quiz and you get omega and it is not an ego boost. All right. And then lastly it's just for kicks and shits and giggles. So just for fun, for laughs, it's funny to see like kind of previously mentioned like the just like me for real or like the tag yourself meme where it's just something that you can share with your friends and then have your friends also take and then compare yourself and you're like, oh yeah, it's funny that you got that one, haha, whatever. So it's just for fun and not really meant to be taken seriously. um Also kind of as like a tacked on last minute thought for this too, for things like Genshin Visions or Harry Potter House or like Percy Jackson Demigod Parent or not Demigod Godly Parent or I don't know any like other things that like where it's you're kind of assigning yourself to a place within a story that you like or like the story universe that you like. It's like kind of taking a test to see like if I was in this alternate universe where I lived in this story, like what kind of where would I be, what kind of character would I be, or like where would I be located, that sort of stuff, and that's always fun to do. So yeah, cool, positive. My iPhone fell off. Positive stuff. All right. Um, I don't know how much of my yapping seeped into your brain. Do you think I covered everything, Mika?
I guess unless you are like, oh, Miko, do you have a different opinion? But then you haven't gotten to your cons yet, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, true. Okay. Hang on. My so let me grab you and put you on the screen. My previous setup got messed up because we were doing that what do you call it? The new Carnival gotcha thing.
Oh.
So, give me a second to change that. If you would please be entertaining for a sec.
Okay, so your pros.
Do you see?
No. Oh wait, it's back. It's back. It's back.
Is it okay? Is it back? Oh my god. Wow, talk about sweating. Is it back?
It's back.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Where did I leave off? I don't remember. I was about to talk about. Oh wait, no, you were gonna talk about. Did you have comments on the pros section?
Yeah. So you said it's good for having others understand you. It's good for understanding yourself easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like usually when we act, there are a lot of little acts that we do. that we don't actually put a thought behind. Not until like someone asks us about it. Right?
Yeah.
So you actually usually you're like, oh yeah, I think before I act, but you actually act before you think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So personality tests, in a sense, help you understand yourself where you can just put like in this situation, how would I act, right? And you don't have to think about your reason. It'll think about that for you on a more standardized like process because it doesn't care if you're acting like that because it's like situation forced you to, or if it's because of who you are as a person. It'll just rank it, you know?
Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Kind of like saying how taking a test makes like sort of understanding yourself easier since it's breaking it down into questions instead of you just looking at a bunch of labels and thinking like, yeah, I'm probably there.
Yeah, something like that too.
Okay. Dog. Uh, anything else?
No.
Okay.
Go into your cons. I'll see how much I have to disagree.
Okay. So, all right. So we talked about why are personality tests popular and pros about personality tests. So now we can talk about the overall downsides of personality tests. So, again, I have a couple categories here. So, first one is too much reliance on labels. So, labels will often shove people into stereotypes, making it hard for people to get to know unique individuals and assume lots of things about them. People who really like labels will also play into them, sometimes acting more in a certain way to be more like the label. Other times, people will feel like they shouldn't be feeling something that is outside of their label. So, so in relation to the first comment about how people who like labels will play into them, right? So things where people would say like, oh yeah, I can't help it. I'm just an INFP or whatever. Or like, yeah, I killed him, but I was being such a Scorpio that day, or something like that. um and then expanding more on how people feel like they shouldn't be feeling something that's outside of their label. So many times when you assign something to yourself, you're like, oh yes, uh I am let's say I am an introvert or something like that, right? And then you go outside and have fun with your friends and you're like, well, I still have a lot of energy. Does this mean I'm not really an introvert? But I feel like I should be an introvert. That's the label that I relate a lot to. So what is this dissonance that's happening, etc. So that's labels. All right. Our other next.
Dissonance only happens because introversion and extroversion isn't real.
Okay, we can talk about that later. Okay. I was just using the introvert part as like a simple example.
I can actually explain how people react to cognitive dissonance in terms of like your personality.
What do you mean?
Do you want me to explain it right now or do you want it later?
How people react to dissonance in terms of
There's a typical reaction to like cognitive dissonance in general.
Okay. You can explain now. I don't really have a topic on dissonance.
Okay, so cognitive dissonance, right, is when something is different from what you believe in or what you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that creates the dissonance in your head. So typically, the go-to reaction isn't, oh, why is it like that? It's not like what I know. It's actually, well, it's not like what I know. It must be shut up. It's not like what I know. It must be an exception. So you'll create a reason for why it's like that. So like say, oh, I went out with my friends, but I'm an introvert. I still have energy. That must mean they're an exception. I don't feel like I'm with people around them. They don't make me feel like I'm crowded, you know?
Oh, okay. I got you.
Or like
Oh.
I'm an introvert, but I like being in crowds. That must mean I don't feel. It's because I don't feel connected to those people. That's why I'm not tired, you know? You keep giving excuses to why your actions is different from what, you think you are or you are. So you'll just
Oh,
keep making
okay.
up excuses over and over and over again instead of challenging your own views. It's very rare for people to actually sit down and challenge their views.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow, the more you know.
That's why, like, when you take a shitty personality test and then it gives you a result that you don't resonate with, you're like, oh, this test is shitty. I'm gonna find
Okay.
another one that actually makes sense, you know?
Yeah, I see that. Okay. So less about people feeling like they or like less about people questioning the label when something happens that contradicts that, and more about people finding an excuse. It's just like that was just an exception.
Yeah. It's like, it's not me, it's my environment.
Okay.
I didn't mean to punch her 3 times. She walked into my fist 3 times.
She was asking for it.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm not a bad person.
King agrees. Alright. Okay. So, moving on to other factors. Overall downsides of personality tests. Other than too much reliance on labels, we have accuracy. uh, and not necessarily with the test itself, because I'm not a psychologist, nor did I study psychology. I am just a person, so this is more from the perspective of me, but accuracy when it comes to the people who are taking the personality test, uh, they are usually aware that they are taking a personality test, so they're more conscious of the answers that they pick, and will probably pick answers that make them look better, specifically if they're taking a personality test for work or an interview or something like that.
Okay, that is actually an actual problem in personality tests in psychology. It's because most personality tests are self-report, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's always the possible, like, it's always possible that people will make themselves look better because they know there are certain traits that are more valuable in certain settings. It's an actual, like, valid concern, like, and a very scientific concern.
Wait, sorry, repeat what you said? I got distracted by Ting.
So people taking tests that are self-report means that, like, they can and they might take tests in a way where it makes them look better because in certain situations they know that some traits are more valued than others, right?
Yeah.
Like, or like there are stereotypically traits that are marketed to be more valuable.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like, if a test says, oh yeah, we're here to see if uh you can work independently or if you can work better as a group, and you know that in your culture it's actually more preferred that you work independently, when you take the self-report test, you'd probably tend to gear towards answers that are more independent, especially if the questions are clear. And they typically are.
Yeah.
Because there will be some times where questions are designed in a way that they're like the reverse scale questions where they ask about a thing but they're actually measuring it in reverse. But even those are kind of easy to like, you know, uh, think about and then answer in a way that you want it to be.
Yeah.
So people are not entirely truthful. That can hurt their personality test a lot
Mm-hmm.
and give a result that is not genuine. But that's just how it is with self-reports. There's also things where
Yeah.
like they think they will do one thing because they've been told that they have to do a thing. You know, like you've been told that this is the right thing to do, so that's what you do. But in the actual situation itself, you might react differently.
Oh, okay. Like if someone keels over or no, if someone like attacks another person on the street, you know, on your personality test you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go fight off the other person, but in real life you might just scream and run away or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. There's also like if someone is passed out on the street, would you help them kind of situation?
Yeah.
And like most people would say yes on the personality test, but when it comes to actual like situation, very rarely do people actually help the person that's like passed out on the street.
Yeah.
But that there's like a whole complication of why. But yeah, it's like usually people would not help the person passed out on the street.
Yeah. Yeah. It just comes with the territory of self-reporting.
Yeah,
Yep.
self-report are like it has its pros and cons. It's like who else would know you better than yourself, right?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, do you really know yourself, or are you really truthful about what you are?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So it's always just slightly flawed personality tests.
Any measure is always slightly flawed. It's actually weirder if it's not.
Oh, okay. Yes. Moving on to another downside of personality tests is also kind of has to do with accurateness, but I labeled this one accuracy. I wrote it as accurateness because I couldn't spell accurate. Okay. But I just labeled this one as black and white. So personality types are usually presented in a very black and white manner when most people lie in between. So, for example, hello.
That's only the MBTI. Go on.
Not really, not only MBTI, because if you take like a U quiz, it's also
That's different. That's different. That's like that's a personality test for fun. But like if it comes down to like actual scientific personality tests, typically they don't try to black and white you, but the MBTI does try to black and white you.
Yeah, but like yeah, personality test like results, I guess you can say, when you share it with people. You're very black and white about it when you say things like, oh, I'm an introvert or I'm an extrovert, you know, but you're not really 100% introvert or extrovert. You're probably somewhere in between. Something like that.
Yeah, fight you every time you say somewhere in between because it doesn't exist.
Okay, we can fight later. Let me get through all the notes first.
Fighting everyone who calls himself an introvert or extrovert.
I never said that. I'm just saying I feel like we're on the same side, but we just say it in different ways. Okay, whatever. And then my last one for downsides of personality tests is that your personality is constantly changing. At least I think. Your personality.
It is.
So knowing what your personality is right now can kind of keep you stuck in one place. Kind of with the label thing, I guess. I don't know what I wrote this.
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. But like, if you're, for example, referencing your personality results for stuff, for work or something like that, it's probably best to if you're using it for like interviews and stuff, it's best to retake it so it's as recent as possible, because you can't just keep using one old result or whatever.
I mean,
So.
if the old result gets you a job, keep using it. That's just how our society works.
Ignoring the moral dilemma that is.
There's no moral dilemma. The test they usually ask you is an MBTI, and it's usually very shitty. So just pick a random one that looks good. Go for it.
They don't usually ask MBTI. I think
They do.
the last one I took was like the strengths, like Clifton strengths.
I hate the fucking.
Yeah, I don't like that one. But yeah.
Oh yeah, corporate has slowly moved over from MBTI to strengths. I forgot.
Yeah.
But like over here, if they have you take stuff, it's usually MBTI because it's like, the what do you call it? It's free to to get like a quick like rundown on the fucking MBTI, but it's like you need a proper consultant for the strengths.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. So that's all for my notes. Want to argue about introverts and extroverts?
Right
or
now?
do you want to talk about why MBTI is bullshit, since we're kind of on that topic right now?
Okay, so MBTI, very easy to explain why it's bullshit and why we don't actually use it in psychological science. It's because it is so Carl Gustav Jung is a very, very, very famous personality psychology person. Wait, give me a second. There's some mosquitoes.
Oh my gosh. Run, Miko!
Okay, so Carl Gustav Jung, very, very important figure in personality psychology. He wrote a book about personalities, and in there's things like introversion, extroversion, judging, sensing, thinking, feeling, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
A mother and her daughter, a mother-daughter pair,
Yeah.
read that book when I know what psychology is all about now, despite having no fucking training on psychology or anything physiological. And then they created the MBTI.
Yep.
Allegedly, it's to outcast her was it son-in-law, allegedly, but I don't remember where I read about that and I can't find it again, so let's take that as like hee hee ha ha.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so the MBTI is not actually standardized. People just use it a lot and it's like, oh yeah, I feel like this, I feel like that, but it's not properly it's not a test that is properly standardized or went through like testing to check if the values are like if the values actually describe what they intend to describe.
Yeah, like a lot of people who take it multiple times will get different answers or different like results like within the same day or something like that. So it's like not
it's very up to feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's become very, very popular because it's like people see it as more accurate than it feels like there's a root, like it feels like it's rooted in science, but it's not. So people that don't know about its background feel that it's actually scientific, and they're like, oh, this explains me so well because I think I feel more than I,
Yeah.
Or like, oh yeah, I don't really want to go out, that's why I'm definitely an introvert. Like I'm a homebody, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and if we break down things like each letter individually in the MBTI, extroversion and introversion doesn't actually exist because in the right setting, everyone can gain energy from interaction with other people.
Okay, we can talk about extroversion and introversion afterwards. One more thing just to comment on, like, because you were saying like a lot of people think, oh, MBTI, like this personality type, it really suits me and I really feel like this is me, right? But the reason for that is also, it's like partially because it looks very scientific, but also because the descriptions of each personality are like purposely very vague and very positive. So people will kind of fill in those gaps by themselves and be like, oh my god, it is so me. It's the same kind of thing that if you're a skeptic, that like tarot readers or palm readers will kind of do, where it's like they'll give you like kind of a vague description and then your brain will just fill in the gaps and be like, oh my god, how did they know so much about me, you know? But like it's not really the case, right?
There's also like with MBTI specifically, because it used to be so fucking famous for use in the workplace, there's actually not a lot of evidence to show a positive correlation between the MBTI and your occupational success.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like it's not a good thing to base someone's entire salary on.
Yeah, like you really shouldn't
like,
be using it for professional settings.
Yeah, or like it's a good hee hee haha just as much as astrology
Exactly.
is, you know, but you wouldn't use astrology for like to chart someone's like career course.
Sorry, I'm only hiring Geminis today.
Sorry, I can't, like, I don't match well with Virgos, so we can't have them in my team.
Yeah. So the takeaway basically is MBTI isn't good to use to judge your personality like professionally, but it's better used. Oh wait, well it's better used for hee hee haha and memes. And there was this person on Quora who said like it's also better used as a tool for just exploring archetypes, like the different possible types of people. A lot of people use it as like a aid for writing characters in the story and stuff like that, which I think is understandable. But it's not good for like serious use. Yeah.
There's also things like it's back to your cons from earlier where you're like, oh, tests will lock you in, you won't be able to improve, yada yada yada, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, that's called a self-fulfilling prophecy, where you believe a certain thing and then you end up working towards that thing unconsciously.
Yeah.
Because you believe it'll happen, so it happened because you believed in it.
Yeah. Manifesting,
you end up
but not in a good way.
Not quite. It's more like accidentally falling into behaviors that would result in the, in quotations, prophecy.
Yeah.
It's like all those Greek myths where it's like, if you let this child live, he's going to come and kill you. And you're like, but I don't want to kill him. So you don't kill the child, and the child does come and kill you.
Yeah. It's that Taylor Tomlinson stand-up where her therapist was saying that she was acting like a self-fulfilling prophecy because she would constantly get into relationships and then break up pretty fast. And her therapist was like, "Oh, you think your partner's gonna cheat on you, so you treat them like they're gonna cheat on you until they cheat on you and you guys break up." And she's like, "Oh."
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Cool. Wanna argue?
About what?
About the introverts and extroverts thing.
Okay, so your stance on this, as I remember, right, is that everyone is on a spectrum of introversy and extroversy.
Yes. So
where people will fall on, it's a bell curve, and people will fall in the middle because it's a fucking bell curve, right?
Yeah, and rarely, if ever, are people 100% introvert or extrovert.
That's where we differ, because I say it doesn't exist in the first place. So there is no bell curve, because you can't curve something that doesn't exist. If you only have one value, like, if you only have one variable, you cannot create a curve out of it. That's what I'm saying.
You're saying there's one variable, but, like, what is your one variable? Your one variable makes it seem like everyone is, like, the same amount of quote introversion or extroversion. I'm using these two terms because there's no other word to describe it.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's not that they have the same amount of introversion, extroversion. It's like, it's not a 50-50 because, okay. So I'm gonna say introversion itself doesn't exist in the first place, okay? I'll keep extroversion because it makes explanation easier.
Okay.
But the introversion versus extroversion thing doesn't exist. There's no thing to versus because there's only one thing. So everyone is an extrovert to varying degrees.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean. But like,
So
yeah.
introversion details that you will not get energy, or like you will typically, or if there are like, oh no, there are some exceptions, you will get it sometime. No, we'll stick with the simple definition that you will not get energy if you have an interaction with someone. It will only deplete your energy. That is introversion. What I'm arguing against is that you can actually get like energy from any interaction if it's done correctly.
Right.
So that means that everyone is an extrovert because everyone is gaining energy. It's just that sometimes it's done incorrectly, so you don't get the energy that you think you would. And for a lot of people, when they don't get that energy, like when it's done incorrectly a lot of times, they fall into the thinking that, hey, I won't get energy at all, so I might as well avoid it. Because interactions that don't follow your guidelines, your preferences, so incorrect interactions drain you, right? Since it's not what you prefer.
Okay, yeah. But like, but what I'm saying is like, yeah, I don't think there's like a 100% introvert, right? And introversion is not only necessarily like you don't get energy from interactions, or as in like interactions sap your energy, but it's also like you get energy just from like being alone at home.
Okay,
or
so
something
what I'm
like that.
saying about that is when everyone is an extrovert, right? You get energy from all interactions with people when they're done correctly, when they're meeting your like personal guidelines for what an interaction should be,
Mhm.
what you're comfortable with. You can't just stack positive interactions over and over and over again over a very short time period. To like think, oh yeah, I'll min-max my extroverted energy, you know? That doesn't work. It's like if you keep your phone charged all the time, the battery will slowly wear out, right? So I take people taking time alone to like have their own personal recharge as kind of like changing your phone's battery,
Oh, okay.
because you need time to yourself as much as you need time with other people. So yeah, you can get energy from being time alone, but everyone 100% gets energy from being time with other people as well.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's not true, right? But like
And so what I'm saying, why I say introversion doesn't exist, is because the definition for introversion is does not get energy from other people, which is false.
is that the definition?
That's the definition you were going with, and then you were like, oh,
No, I did not say that. Oh my god.
If you can define introversion for me in a way that makes sense, I will say it exists. But currently, in the definition that I have, where it means does not get energy from other people, like as long as it has that, it is introversion does not exist. And that is introversion saying like gets energy from being alone only and not with other people.
In my head,
like get energy from
introversion hasn't been like, oh, I don't get energy from other people. It's or not like I don't get energy from other people. Wait, hold on, fuck, I messed myself up. Introversion is like, because you're saying that I said that introversion is like talking to other people saps my energy or something like that.
You did say that. We have receipts.
Oh wait, did I? But like in my head, introversion is like most prominently defined as like, oh, when I'm alone, I get energy. or I would get energy usually when I'm alone rather than when I'm
But
with
then,
other
okay,
people.
with that definition, then everyone is also an introvert.
I
Because
don't
everyone
know.
does get energy being alone to a certain extent.
Okay, but like, okay. So the definitions
Are
are
you saying then if people call themselves extroverts, they're not allowed to get energy from being alone? No, you'll say, oh no, sometimes there are exceptions because everyone needs time alone. But then that would mean that
no, because I'm okay.
introvert, positive, extrovert, positive. Well, what the fuck are you?
No. I mean, like, okay, so I remember what we were talking about now, when I was saying basically introvert and extroversion, like, no one's either 100% of each, right? Because they're both, like, ends of the spectrum, right? So obviously they define, like, the opposite-ish thing, right? So it's like, when I say, like, someone's an introvert, they get energy from being time alone, but like, or like they mostly get energy from being alone, right? It's saying, like, it's not really saying that, oh yes, they are 100% an introvert and they only get energy from being alone and they only lose energy from being with other people, but it's just kind of like a more generalization because everyone is on the spectrum. So like, so saying like introversion and extroversion, like, yeah, no one is 100% of either side, right? They're just used as like a definition so that you can put yourself in between them somewhere.
Yeah, and my argument against that was it's not good to have that, like, it's even if it's a spectrum, it still has that idea of like introvert versus extrovert, right? Because people that are more on this end of the spectrum and more on that end of the spectrum, you'll have stereotypes for them.
Right.
So it's better to abolish that altogether in terms of like functionality as well.
Yeah.
Because when we have this talk about self-fulfilling prophecies, right? It will turn to a self-fulfilling prophecy on like, or like when the cognitive bias happen, you might end up liking someone less because they are not what you think they are, and then you'll think that they're lying.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, you were saying that introversion, extroversion don't exist.
Yeah,
But like,
still on it.
but but the thing is, like, this spectrum, right, that I'm using, right, it has these two ends of like people who get energy frequently from social interactions and people who don't, or something like that. um right, and it's defined as extroversion and also introversion. So when you say like, oh, they don't exist, right, are you but that are you saying that like people don't get energy from social interactions, like this thing doesn't exist?
I'm
Because if
gonna
you
bang
say
my head on the fucking table because I
but
just said literally everyone gets
no,
Oh my god.
yeah, exactly, I know, but that's why I'm confused about it, because you're saying that like stuff, like, for example, you using extroversion as the word, right, to make it easier to understand. But you say that everyone gets energy from social interactions, right? Which means that this extroversion thing does exist.
Yeah, I said to make talking easier, and there's
But
no actual term for me to replace both introversion and extroversion. The only term I'll keep is extroversion.
okay, but then why does it not exist then?
Why does introversion not exist?
Why does introversion and extroversion not exist?
I said the idea of pitting it against each other doesn't exist, but extroversion does exist, like in my explanation right now. Extroversion does exist. The idea of introversion versus extroversion does not exist. Introversion does not exist.
Okay, so you're saying
simply
introversion
because-
versus extroversion doesn't exist.
Yes.
Not introversion and extroversion don't exist.
Yes.
Okay. See, that's what
And, like,
I was confused on, because yeah, okay.
And the base of why introversion doesn't exist is because everyone gets energy from interactions with other people, so from socialization.
Yeah, right.
Because part of the definition for introversion is does not get energy from social interaction or from being outside or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
So yeah, that's why
That's
introversion
what I
doesn't fucking
said, where it's
exist. And
like,
you can't pit it against each other when one side doesn't exist. There's nothing to pit against.
but okay, so like when you say one side doesn't exist, as in like introversion doesn't exist, I'm saying it as like the word introversion, like, or like maybe like the definition is weird and wacky, but like the opposite of extroversion should
There's
exist
no
if there
opposite.
exists an opposite, if there exists an extroversion, and people
There's no
can be
opposite.
however percent amount of extroversion, right? You can be like, oh, I'm like 20% an extroversion
No.
and whatever. What? Then what do you call people who like sometimes, who only sometimes get like energy from social interactions but most of the time don't?
Skill issue.
Skill.
Did you listen to what I said about having to have the interactions done properly?
Yeah.
Remember
So
that?
so
Okay,
you're
cool.
saying that
So
basically,
I'm saying that they're just having bad experiences over and over again, making them think that they're not an extrovert.
so basically you're saying that if everyone's social experience, so it's like every social interaction everyone has is a positive social interaction, then that means that, or like then they will just be like 100% energized always, or they'll, or yeah.
No, like you will always get energy from a social interaction when done properly, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when you say I think I'm not that extroverted, it's probably because you've had a bigger amount of experience with bad social interaction, making you want to avoid it most of the time.
Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. Because okay, so you're saying that, yeah. So everyone is an extrovert because everyone's positive social interactions give them energy. And then the amount of positive social interactions is what makes the everyone think that they they aren't an extrovert.
Yes, pretty much. So okay, for example, in the Big Five, there is an extroversion. They do have an extroversion thing
Mhm.
scale. You like there's they give you how many points on the extroversion scale depends on how you answered, right?
Right.
And that was like, oh yeah, I'm more extroverted than you, I'm less extroverted than you. You can say that, but the reasoning I'm giving behind the why is someone more and or less extroverted on a scale is just how likely you are to avoid situations, right? And I think the reason why you avoid it at all is just because of previous bad experiences, not because you actually dislike it, but because you haven't had a reason to like it before.
Okay. Okay.
Gotcha. Oh wow, I understand now.
Yippee! Okay.
Where's my soundboard?
Yippee! Oh my god, the stupid emote shows up on the screen.
Oh no, that's not my emote.
Oh
Good that you
no.
didn't see that.
Okay. But
It's someone else's emote. Because it's from someone else's server.
so now that those topics are squared away, we can move on to the more
Thinking and
fun.
feeling, let's go.
Thinking. No, we're not talking
We'll go
about
down
every
all
single
the
NPTI.
MBTI.
No, we already
gotta
know
break
it's
it all
BS.
down.
Stop. We're gonna be here for 2 hours, and everyone's gonna be like, I don't want to watch this bot.
Or your VODs are always like 3-4 hours long.
I know. I can't stop yapping. Actually, more like I don't know when to stop streaming. Okay. So, anyway, we've gotten all the yapping out of the way. So now, we can move on to the more fun part of the stream, which is taking a bunch of random personality tests and then sharing. So I had an idea where basically on the left and right sides of the screen, I'm just gonna put our names and then all the results that we get in one place. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yippee. Okay.
We'll sit here for like 15 minutes as we answer the Omega verse quiz.
I know we said like homework to do the quizzes, but I don't remember the Omegaverse one. Miko, what's your MBTI is the same as mine, right?
I said the thing with the guy with like the mechanic guy looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
What's your zodiac?
Taurus.
Wait. What else do people use? What's your camp half-blood? Camp.
Pikey.
How you spell it again? The minor god name.
Pyche.
Tych. Okay. What else?
Blood type is O.
Okay, great. Blood type. Fuck. Blood type. Oh, I can't just write O. Maybe I should write labels. MBTI. Fuck. Zodiac. Even though that's not a personality test.
Yeah.
Half-blood. Blood type is also not a personality test.
You can just say CHB. You don't have to write all.
Too late. What else is there? What's your
Height
Genshin?
as a measure of aggression.
Height? What's your height?
I'm joking.
What's your Genshin vision?
Animal?
What's we can just leave it there.
Your Honkai Star Rail character, mine's Sealer.
I have never taken one of those quizzes.
My Omega Verse test is aggressive Omega.
That's the one that's like 40 questions long, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I don't remember. I can probably look at our previous chats and figure it out. Wow, I don't have to change one of them. What was the Camp Half-Blood thing? Artemis... Artemis... Okay. And then, let me do right. Yippee! Okay. We're being put against each other. And then also have a window capture of the comparison for our big five with Nick and Zay. Though I think Nick and Zay kind of already went over. Did you ever look at the 4 people comparison, Miko?
Yeah, I did. I did it with my sister and then my colleagues at work when I was interning.
Oh,
wait, not when I was
with
interning.
ours.
With ours, not yet. With people, not. It wasn't when I was interning. It was when I was doing a freelance job, but with the same company that I interned with. It's a whole thing.
Well, at
I
least they
actually used
used
this
Big
for, like,
Five and not MBTI.
I told them not to use MBTI.
Oh, good.
Because they were doing a thing with like what do you call it? Like your spending habits and your personality kind of thing. So I told them not to
okay.
MBTI it.
Spending habits. Can we find that out from Big Five?
We can actually. There's one app, like at least for like impulsive spending. I can tell you right away which one, but I just need to open it up first. It's in moderation. If you have high in moderation, you're more likely to impulse spend. So things like spending on gacha when there's a limited banner.
Uh-oh.
Where's in moderation? Oh, in moderation is the neuroticism, yeah.
I think this is funny. So the red is me, orange is Miko, green is Zay, blue is Nick.
It's funny that I actually have, like, generally, lower, like, agreeableness and conscientiousness to you compared to you guys.
Agreed? Oh.
So agreeableness is usually how much you, like, how much you tend to avoid conflict.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how much you mesh into, like, a group, stuff like that. You know, it's funny that my agreeableness is a lot lower compared to you guys.
What is conscientiousness?
Conscientiousness is impulse control.
Impulse control. They do have explanations.
Yeah,
Conscientiousness concerns the way in which we control, regulate, direct our impulses. Oh, okay. So this, in comparison to...
But when it comes to like impulsive spending habits,
that's in moderation.
Yeah, that's in moderation. That's in neuroticism.
Okay. Though for this one, when I was answering the questions, I didn't really think of spending. I thought mostly about like, oh yeah, I eat junk food all the time. Or like I say I will stop eating at 7, but sometimes I won't. Oh.
It's also like it doesn't come as a surprise to me that I have lower neuroticism than you guys, so that's just like how mentally ill you are. Like how self-depreciating you are, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, Zay was also thinking of food. How self-deprecating you are. You also have the highest extroversion.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
We all have some level of extroversion here just because we stream.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely true.
But like my activity level is actually the lowest if you go down into the breakdown of extroversion. I have the lowest activity level.
What does activity level refer to?
It's like engagement
like...
with the external world. Oh, also, see here in the Big Five, it's what do you call it? They don't define extroversion as energy, like energy gain or lost, right? They define it as how much you engage with the world outside yourself.
Oh, wild. Yeah.
So I engage with the world a lot more than you guys do, but I have a lower activity level, so it's like...
So you don't go outside.
So I don't go outside, yeah.
But you engage with other things.
I'll engage with, like, being chronically online.
Excitement seeking is extremely high for you. Wow. Friendliness.
We all
Okay.
have pretty good friendliness, I think.
I'm gonna have to look at like the
No,
other
never mind.
page. No, never mind.
Your friendliness is shit.
Look it back at because the individual thing has like more specific explanations on each one. Friendliness. Damn. Yeah, I hate people. Clearly.
Oh, here it is. Active individuals live fast-paced, busy lives, move about quickly, energetically, vigorously, involved in many activities. Me. No.
People who score low on the scale follow a slower and more leisurely, relaxed pace. Slower and leisurely, relaxed pace. That's you. Oh, okay.
Oh, if I explain it, it's like in moderation, and the neuroticism trait is how high,
Oh shit.
how
Keep talking.
how much it is, like how likely it is to act on your impulse, or like how if you have a lot of impulses at all, right? But conscientiousness, which is the ability to regulate and control impulses, will define whether or not you actually act on it. So like, oh my god, there's like so many temptations around me. Oh, there's so many gachas I want to pull. Oh my god, FOMO. And then you have high conscientiousness. It's like, no, but it's okay. If I pull, I won't have enough money to eat this month. But if you have low conscientiousness and high in moderation, you'll go, it's okay. I don't have to eat. Stuff like that, you know? High in moderation and high conscientiousness is just having a really strong cravings and urges, but also having really good control of yourself, which is wild because that ain't me. But yeah, neuroticism is the tendency to experience negative feelings, right? So it's just how mentally ill you are. It does not mean that you actually have to go to a psychiatrist or a therapist if you score high on neuroticism. You might be really good at coping and regulating those emotions that you feel, like the negative feelings that you feel. You might be really good at coping with them or managing them and not letting them take over. But I'd say if you score high on neuroticism, maybe consider. You don't have to, but maybe consider it. Because dealing with your negative emotions alone can get very tiring. And it's not very fair if you make people that are not professionals in the area just sit there and go through your stupid negative emotions with the, all day, every day, all the time. I can't change the fucking screen for you because she's not here, so what is that? It's very funny. So in the screen you're seeing here is friendliness, gregariousness, right? Where is it? Friendliness, gregariousness. That's the extroversion thing. Gregariousness is what does gregarious even mean? That's a word? Let me see. Gregariousness is finding the company of others pleasantly stimulating and rewarding. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense that I score higher on there. Because I do like really enjoy being around people. Kind of wild though that like Nick, Say, and she I think scored. It's not that low. It's actually a pretty like it's an okay score. Like pretty like in the middle. But Zay and Nick having really low gregariousness means like, damn, do you guys even like being with me? No, I'm joking. It's just a tendency. So typically you guys would probably not find the company of others rewarding, which is fair. People do suck big time sometimes. Let's see. Oh, I see. Can you scroll down to the agreeableness trait? Okay, so with agreeableness trait, over here, and Zaya and I have lower trust compared to the other two, but it's not so low that like it will be marked as like having a low amount of trust in people, which is cool. But everyone has everyone has really good morality, and mine is like quite low. I don't. What does that mean? Do I have no morals? Maybe. Like compared to the other three, my morals are quite low. My altruism, like we all have a pretty high altruism, but compared to the other three, my altruism is also pretty low. Cause okay, if I had to explain myself, it's like it's hard for me to be altruistic and give to others when I barely have enough to get by myself. So I'm not very altruistic. Modesty makes sense that I have the least out of all of them because I'm not the most modest person in the room. Cooperation. I like challenging authority, so I do cooperate a lot, but in a group setting, right? But like I like people working individually and like don't talk to me until we really have to kind of situation, so I don't do group work very well. But also like the big five gets so detailed, like it's a lot more detailed than the fucking MBTI, right? Which means that us putting our big five out here really exposes exposes us as a person. And there's things like, oh my god, your morality is so low, you must be a really bad person, which is like bullshit. Because oh, you have low morality, low altruism, low modesty, and low sympathy, you must be a bad person. And it's like the connotations of those words and the want to strive to be something doesn't necessarily mean you feel that way, you know? Or like just because certain traits are low doesn't mean you are a bad person. It just the society wants to make you look bad. What else is there? Big Five is actually really fun because it's a test that's actually based, like, rooted in research and science. How scientific can it be? It's a psychology. But yeah, it's actually rooted in stuff like that. So it's somewhat it's pretty standardized, and like it went through proper testing to check if the values are actually like the variables are actually measuring the right traits. So I'd recommend this test to people, yeah. But it's like, because it breaks down things so much, it can get a little bit confusing and daunting at first when you first like take it and see your results, because you're like, oh, what does this mean? What does that mean? You know. But they do have like a lot of explanations, and yeah. Just keep in mind that no matter how high or low you score in any certain facet or trait, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that you're depressed or anything. It's just like tendencies to do certain things might be different for you than for other people. Because remember, our personalities doesn't 100% dictate our behavior. Behavior is also dictated by external factors like peer pressure, the law, or just, you know, the appropriateness of certain situations. Like, you're an excitement-seeking person who's super friendly and likes new experiences, but you probably wouldn't throw a party at a funeral. Stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to see how bad MBTI is, just like, she and I have very, very different personalities, but we have the exact same MBTI, so take with that what you will. Also, like, I've changed so much as a person compared to when I first took the MBTI, and I took it again and it's still the exact same fucking thing. So, like, you know? Oh god, I'm yawning again. What else is there to talk about? Chikampa? Oh, okay. I'll just talk about, like, MBTI bullshit again. Like, another letter in the MBTI that I think is really stupid is the thinking-feeling thing, where thinking versus feeling. Because as a person, as a human, you're always feeling. You don't only think. You're always feeling. All of your actions is driven by feeling. Even if you think it's 100% logical, it is not. It is feeling. Because you're not a robot. You're not programmed. Even if you, like, on a trolley problem, you'd answer something that seems logical, it's feeling. You're still using your feelings to answer it. And I think an actual logical person wouldn't call themselves a thinker, they'd call themselves a feeler. Because if you're actually logical in the way that you think, you'd put feelings into consideration, because you know that people cannot think without feeling. Or like when you're making plans, you don't expect everyone to feel the same way you do, so you take their feelings into consideration. That's a true logical approach to life. That's what I'd reason anyway. That's just my view on things. If anyone has like questions about like personality tests and stuff, you can ask me and I'll do my best to answer as like a psychology graduate. There's shittier ways of explaining personality, like Freud's explanation, where like all of your personality depends on how much tit you got in your mouth as a child. It's like you'll have addiction problems if your mom didn't give you enough like titty and mouth when you were a baby. Freud, oh Freud, you're so weird. Or like the reason women are like certain women are so fucking aggressive and angry. It's not because of the fucking sexism in our country. It's our society, I'd say. It's actually because they have penis envy, because they believe that their penis fell off when they were younger, and now they're envious of men that have penises. That's why they're so angry all the time. It's definitely not because of the way our society is made up or anything. Freud's id, ego, superego is also kind of stupid because it's like, I forgot which one is the super carnal and desire. Let me look it up real quick. Oh yeah, his like, your id is everything that is wrong about you. It's your temptations, it's everything. And his like, deep down inside, you always want to do something wrong. Your id, but your id is suppressed by your ego and superego.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm sorry. I had a call and I couldn't hang up the call. Okay. So where were you?
I was talking about id, ego, superego from Freud because that's also a personality theory.
Oh. Right.
So basically your id is everything that you should not do, and your superego is things that you should do, and your ego is the you that is trying to compromise between the two. So typically your id will be like, I want to have sex, I want to do drugs, I want to steal shit. And your superego is like, maybe don't do that, we shouldn't do that, we shouldn't do that. And then you're like, okay, how about we compromise and I be gay, do crime, but only on Wednesdays.
Great explanation. Does Freud's like ego thing, is it the same ego that people refer to when they say I'm committing ego death?
I think so.
What is ego again? Freud. What is ego? Oh no, this is words I don't understand.
Ego is like the you that you present to other people, the you that is conscious. Super ego, like some parts of super ego is in your unconsciousness, and then the id is completely in your unconscious. So that's why Freud has this like big thing of having his patients be like in this like half asleep dream state-ish thing where it's like
Oh.
because he believes that when you tap into your unconscious, you'll tap into your innermost desires, your carnal desires, your truest desires, the you that is truly you, that isn't something that you just present to other people because you're conscious.
Oh, okay. Kind of felt like Freud was projecting.
He was. Why do you think it's like, oh yeah, everyone wanna kill their dad and fuck their mom, and everyone's like, no.
It's like,
And Freud's like, you're
no,
lying.
Freud, that's only you.
And he's like, no, you're lying. I know. In your deep in your unconscious, you want to fuck your mom. And everyone's like, Freud, you gotta chill out about that mom fucking thing, dude. And he's like, no.
Freud, it's getting weird.
And it's like the reason, that's like you always look for a wife that is most like your mom, because you can't fuck your mom. That's like not right morally.
No. Right, no.
That's your ego and super ego stopping you from fucking your mom. So you're looking for a wife that is most like your mom, so you can fuck your mom.
No, Freud. No. No. Are we done with Big Five?
Yeah, I went through a lot of it. Which one do you like? Which one sticks out to you? We can talk about that.
Openness to experience.
We all have about the same openness to experience, funny enough.
Artists be like.
Artists be like.
They have, oh yes, the green one, artistic interests. Is this the one where it's like, I won't be bored going to an art museum or something?
Yeah, kind of.
High scores.
That's definitely part of it.
High scorers love beauty, both in art and nature. They become easily involved and absorbed in artistic and natural events. They are not necessarily artistically trained nor talented, although many will be. The defining features of this scale are interest in and appreciation of natural and artificial beauty. Low scorers lack aesthetic sensitivity and interest in the arts. So
I have low emotion and emotionality. Like compared to you guys.
Emotion.
Lower.
High emotion have good access to and awareness of their own feelings. Low scorers are less aware of their feelings and tend not to express their emotions openly. Museums are kind of boring. I understand.
Museums suck ass. I don't like it either. I'll walk into an art museum and be like, looks like art. Bye.
Wow, that's
I'm
sure
more
some
interested
art.
in the stairway of the fucking like museum because like, oh my god, architecture! Look at how this stairs
architecture
look.
isn't art.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in the art pieces they're displaying.
Yeah, though, like I feel like if it's an artist that you do like, it'd be more interesting. Like if it's a museum, like I don't know, like Ghibli or something, where it's like, oh, this is like some of the concept art for this movie, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or like, but like compared to an art museum, like modern paintings and stuff, Van Gogh, Monet
That's not modern.
I know, but I was trying to modern paintings and Van Gogh and Monet. Can't think of any other. Picasso.
Modern paintings would not be in an art museum. They would be in an art gallery. Next.
Oh, you're right. There's cheese with human hair sculpture. Oh no. Imagination. Wow, Nick imagination is at the max. Wait, it's at 20.
Yeah, see,
Wow,
it's
Nick.
it's all that like old men fucking.
All the old men fucking. You need a lot of imagination for that one.
I can't believe Nick's not a liberal. Just cancel her.
Nick said that it's because she put like nothing for both of them. So Nick isn't a liberal, but Nick isn't really a conservative either. Nick is just a centrist.
I mean, just like she's not scoring low in liberal. It's just lower than us.
What is considered low? Is it below 10?
And
No,
the
10 it
fives.
says is low. Like, on the thingy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Eh. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. Also, funny. Intellect 14, 14, 14, 10.
Damn, Nick, you're not an intellectual. We can't be friends.
Friendship over. Intellect and artistic interests are the two most important central aspects of openness to experience. High scorers on intellect love to play with ideas. They are open-minded to new and unusual ideas and like to debate intellectual issues. Oh, that's why. Because Nick doesn't like philosophy. They enjoy riddles, puzzles, and brain teasers. Low scorers prefer dealing with either people or things rather than ideas. They regard intellectual exercises as a waste of time. Intellect should not be equated with intelligence. Yeah, intellect is an intellectual style, not intellectual ability. Although high scorers on intellect score slightly higher than low. What? Okay, whatever.
Your reading comprehension just failed you.
I was reading without reading ahead, so it wasn't quite working out. Let's not do neuroticism. Conscientiousness?
What do you mean, let's not do neuroticism?
Okay, let's do neuroticism.
Clearly, you guys need therapy. I'm just laughing at Nick's like 20 anger.
20 anger, 20 anxiety.
It's also very fun. So in moderation, it's like how strong your cravings are, right? How strong your feelings of being tempted are.
Yeah.
And like she and I have super strong in moderation. We're so what I want to know is how high you scored generally on conscientiousness, because if you have really high in moderation and also really high conscientiousness, it's like I want everything, but I know I can't. Or if you have like high in moderation but low conscientiousness, it's like I want everything and I will.
So high in moderation and high conscientiousness is want everything but can't. And then high in moderation.
Like you want everything but you will stop yourself. You know how to stop yourself.
Oh.
But high in moderation, low conscientiousness is like
I don't know how
I
to
want
stop
everything.
myself.
And I don't know how to stop me, so
I see. Okay. Anger, anxiety, depression, self-consciousness. Yeah.
a very funny thing is also like if you have if you score high in things like anger, but you also score pretty high on agreeableness, so you'd like imagine a simmering pot with a lid on it. That's what you are.
Anger.
So you're like, oh, I'm so fucking angry, but I will avoid a fight at all costs, kind of situation.
Oh. That's the I'll keep it bottled in my brain, in my heart until I die.
I will never forget this.
I'll hold a grudge, but I'll never talk about it.
Yeah. Which, like, the result suggests Nick does.
Also, your self-consciousness is very low, which I think makes sense for you.
What?
Or it's lower than ours.
Which one is it?
Self-consciousness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but
I
your
mean-
vulnerability is higher.
Yeah. I'm just vulnerable like that.
High scorers on vulnerability experience panic, confusion, and helplessness when under pressure or stress. Low scorers feel more poised, confident, and clear thinking when stressed. Outer. The more you know about your friends. Okay.
I have, like, very low
Oh.
anger and low depression.
Low anger depression. Yeah, wow, that's wild.
Yeah, wonder why. Shakes my medications.
Okay, and then we did everything else, right? Did we do
Yeah.
agreeableness? Yes. Conscientiousness. Oh, the impulses. What?
Efficacy.
Efficacy. Describes confidence in one's ability to accomplish things. High scorers believe they have the intelligence, common sense, drive, and self-control necessary for achieving success. Low scorers do not feel effective and may have a sense that they are not in control of their lives. Naughter.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Orderliness. Persons with high scores on orderliness are well organized. They like to live according to routines and schedules. They keep lists and make plans. Low scorers tend to be disorganized and scattered.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Dutifulness. This scale reflects the strength of a person's sense of duty and obligation. Those who score high on this scale have a strong sense of moral obligation. Low scorers find contracts, rules, regulations overly confining. They are likely to be seen as unreliable or even irresponsible.
Damn, Zay, you're
Wow,
irresponsible.
Zay!
Can't trust Zay with a fucking job.
Oh no, Zay. How am I gonna trust you with anything anymore? Okay. Achievement striving. Individuals who score high on this scale strive hard to achieve excellence. Their drive to be recognized as successful keeps them on track towards their lofty goals. They often have a strong sense of direction in life, but extremely high scorers may be too single-minded and obsessed with their work. Low scorers are content to get by with a minimal amount of work and might be seen by others as lazy.
I mean, if you're paid a minimum wage job, you get minimum effort.
That's what I was thinking. I answered some of these questions that I'm thinking back, where it's like, yeah, but if I was doing this like as like a job and not something like not like my own personal project, then I definitely would not try as hard.
Even my own personal project, if there's no end goal for me, I'm not gonna try that hard.
And that's why you're here. Self-discipline, what many people will call willpower, refers to the ability to persist at difficult or unpleasant tasks until they are completed. People who possess high self-discipline are able to overcome reluctance to begin tasks and stay on track despite distractions. Those with low self-discipline procrastinate and show poor follow-through, often failing to complete tasks, even tasks they very much want to complete. Sounds about right. And then cautiousness. describes the disposition to think through possibilities before acting. Oh, okay. High scores on cautiousness take their time to make decisions. Low scores often say or do first thing that comes to mind without deliberating alternatives and the probable consequences of those alternatives. Okay, yeah, that sounds about
You're
right.
just as bad as me.
Yep. It's like how I chose my college and my major and everything. I was just like, yeah, I'll just go with it.
I was just like, oh, I got a scholarship thing. I'll just do it. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
I was like, when I was applying for my scholarship, I was like, which one do I not have to write a motivation letter for? That one. Okay, cool. Because I was supposed to go into like English and American studies, it's just kind of like, and then go into the journalism track. So I was supposed to be a journalist.
Oh.
But then they had you write a motivation essay, and I was like, fuck that, I'll go into psychology. They don't have me write nothing.
Coolio. Alright. Okay, we're pretty much done with this. Want to do some stupid quizzes?
Okay.
Um.
Honestly?
Yes.
Honestly?
Honestly?
How long have we been here for?
Oh. An hour 30-ish.
Okay.
Hour 40-ish. 50-ish.
2 hours.
2 hours. Just keep going.
If we just keep going and we take personality tests, this will go on for forever.
We'll do one then. What is one personality test that we haven't taken? This one? We have taken that one though.
I don't like that one though. That one's so old.
It is old. The website got taken down. By the way, I'll put this in the chat. Just so that, hey, if you're curious, hey, I want to figure out my big five, etc. There you go. Though you can also just find it through Google. The same with MBTI, 16 personalities is like the first result, I think. Okay. BuzzFeed
Which
quiz.
husband
What
hotel
pizza slice?
character are you?
Which husband hotel character? Okay, sure.
I don't have an husband. I don't go here.
I do go here. If we're taking quizzes.
Oh, there's also, are you a twink, girl, lesbian, man, or boy?
Oh, I see that one too. Which one? Which one? Husband hotel.
Husband is funnier.
Husband is funnier. Okay. Should we read the questions out loud? I guess so.
Yeah. Which color describes your personality?
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking no.
Color to my personality? What kind of music do you listen to?
What cat?
What?
They wrote what wrong?
Oh, what cat? What kind of? Oh wait, hold on. I should send this thing in the chat because I forgot. When I advertised the stream, I was like, "Come take quizzes with us." Oops. What kind of music do you listen to? Okay. Oh no, it's the question that triggers Miko.
When people ask nowadays, I just say ambivert, but... Well, no, I would say introvert most of the time, just so that they leave me alone.
What would you do on a day off? Easy. Favorite song of the show so far? At least you know the songs, right?
Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is my... Oh no, but I don't know Poison or like I don't know if I like Poison more or Loser Baby more.
Of course, those are the two that you're deliberating between. Looks like it's time to flip a coin.
Health grade at stat is also good.
Yeah. I like that one a lot. Got it?
We eat shit together. Are you a top, bottom, or switch? What would my how would you describe me?
Me?
Yeah.
Uh as of recently,
Go on.
I'm deliberating between switch and bottom.
No, that's the question 7, not that.
Oh! Oh, what were your friends describing it? I didn't even read it. I thought you needed help with 6. How would your friend describe you as? The second one.
Why? Why?
Because of all your character.ai roleplays.
My character.ai roleplays has been very fluff, excuse you.
Every time you talk about it, you're like, man, I just want to fuck this guy. Why won't they just let me?
Yeah, but it all turns out very fluff. It's not very, like, you know. Favorite snack? Alcohol's not a snack, bitch.
Yes, my favorite snack, alcohol. When I come back from school, my after-school snack is alcohol.
Favorite sin?
Favorite Yippee!
Moral alignment. Chaotic neutral.
Oh shit, I don't
Just
remember.
something. Let's go with the one you vibe with most.
True neutrals.
A photo of someone you don't like. Why would I
Choose
have
something.
that? Vacuum sound Spotify playlist. Disgusting energy drink. Almost empty water bottle.
Choose something for what?
I have no
Whatever we
idea.
like the most? Are you
Why
okay?
am I not surprised with my fucking with my fucking result?
Oh no. Okay. Alright.
What did you get?
I got Lucifer.
Oh, guess fine.
What, if you're not surprised, what, like Angel Dust?
Actually.
Wow, yippee! Wait. Oh, okay, they didn't write much.
Mine is just try to be less horny.
Mine is, congrats, you're my favorite. Oh my god, I'm their favorite. That's me! Yippee!
I mean, like, to be fair,
Mhm.
you see my character model. You think, what do you you think? Yeah,
What?
it makes sense. I gotta
You have a
dust.
you have a stomach? I wouldn't say so. I see your character. I don't think that when I see your character model, because Angel Dust is so, I don't know, like feminine, I guess.
Oh yeah, Angela's a dude that's hyper feminine,
Yeah.
and I'm a not dude that is not hyper masculine.
Not dude. That's not hyper feminine. Alright, is that it?
Yeah.
No more. No more personality tests? But what about the BuzzFeed ones?
Okay, fine.
I was kidding, I don't have any.
We'll tell you what toast you like, depending on what you like to eat. We guess your age based on your food choices.
Watch us guess your favorite nugget shape and reveal exactly what it reveals about your personality. They used the word reveal twice.
BuzzFeed is just trash.
Here we go, let's do it. It shouldn't take too long.
Oh my god.
One more thing! One before bedtime.
My favorite nugget shape is so easy to guess, so. Oh, carrots, your favorite.
Zay.
Oh, you are quiet. Or goofy. Goofy or quiet, one of the two.
Flip a coin and decide. App picture. Choose a veggie. A console. Stuff animal.
The color they have for pink in here is not even pink, it's purple.
Is cake a snack?
If you want it to be.
Also, the pink is very purple. Did I choose one? Okay.
Oh, actually, they got it right.
Shit, the BuzzFeed quiz has some merit. An animal. I don't even know what different nugget shapes there are. Like dinosaur
Actually, there's
and
like
what?
nugget shapes.
Nugget.
McDonald's nuggets.
Yeah. But they come in different shapes, right?
Kind of. It's like somewhat rectangular.
Zay got Vox.
Aqua?
Not Akuma. No, from the hit show Hazbin Hotel. I got okay. What nugget did you get?
I got circle nugget.
Oh, I like those. I like those more than the boot-shaped nugget that I got.
I don't care about dinosaur nuggets. People rave about dinosaur nuggets, and I'm like, they're just nuggets. Eat it.
It tastes the same.
It don't matter.
It don't. It really don't. Alright. So, I guess I could add to this thing, but we're ending now, so it doesn't...
I mean, like, you can keep adding ad infinitum.
Just keep going.
You gotta stop somewhere, she. Oh, actually, next week's topic.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide next week's topic. Shit. Chicken nuggets.
Okay, nuggets. Fast food, is it good or bad?
Oh. Oh no. We just
American
watched
dining.
Super Size Me, the documentary.
American dining.
American dining. Well, you can't call it American dining.
America did popularize fast food, though.
Yeah, but it's still just fast food because American dining is all encompassing. And also, I don't think people would qualify fast food as dining.
Well, it's not whining and dining, but it sure is dining.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I'm joking, don't do that.
Alright. what to talk about next week. I feel like personality test was a good one. I don't know if we can top this.
Drama in the Otome game.
Should you be able to make BL Otome games characters?
Drama in the Otome community. Next episode, we have niche tea.
Niche tea.
I stole that from someone on TikTok. Niche tea dramas about communities you may not be a part of.
Niche tea, yeah, no. It's too varied as a topic. We might as well just talk about the niche. The niche tea lady. Oh gosh,
Next
the
episode,
TikTokers.
Miko dating life lore drop.
Are you sure about that?
I'm joking.
Next episode.
Next episode, she's entire dating history.
It's like 2 seconds long.
Ends in like yeah, ends in 2 seconds.
Next episode. What? Husband Hotel and the controversies that came along with it.
Has been, yeah, has been there.
We've covered a lot already.
Next episode, D4 ends.
No! You can
Ran
only
out
do
of
for
content.
10. When we run out of content, I suggest we just do a book club. But we did
Do a
one.
BL book club.
BL book club? But we did a book club not too long ago.
Yeah. I mean, what's stopping us for doing more?
Nothing is stopping us. Just that,
I forced you to read Rolfan Childcare.
what? Childcare?
Romance fantasy, Rolfan.
Oh. No. Your imagination. Oh, okay. We'll go to Twitter.
Oh,
And
we can design OCs next episode from like suggestions or random prompts for fun. Next episode can just be us just chatting.
It's just chat.
Chill. We chill.
We could do or we can just talk about like OCs.
Yeah, my like 2 OCs.
Our OCs, but also in like I guess generally.
Original
This-
characters, let's go.
Original characters.
Personality test part 2.
Personality test part 2, but we actually just take personality tests the entire time. We can talk about original characters. And then we can make it like if you want to do like an Aggie in the background.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Something visual.
It's an art episode next episode.
Art episode. Which actually I think might be cooler than just sitting at an izakaya. Who
And
knows?
we slowly turn into Drawfee. Still there,
Little
entire
did you
thing.
know.
We were Drawfee this entire time.
This was our plan.
We hook you in with like stupid discussions, and then we force you to watch us draw.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay. Cool. That's it then for this one. This was our 10th episode. Whoa, milestone moment.
Milestone.
Yippee!
How many weeks has it been? 10.
Yes, it's been 10 weeks, and that's how it works. Okay. Yippee! Alright. Thanks. Bye. I don't know how to end things clearly. Are you gonna say bye?
Oh, I thought you ended already. Bye.
Bye!